Alright, today, this has been popped up a lot in the comments. Maybe it's one person on different accounts, right? I'll get the comments, pop them up, show them here, right? After I say the name or have my editors do it. Yeah, so a lot of you have been asking for Dominican Broly, right? As some people like to call him. You know, the boy S. Broly. Okay, we're going to be talking about him. Okay, and of course, as is tradition, I have my notes here. Okay, they're always good. I need you guys to see them. I feel like they're pretty accurate to the character and his game plan. Punch hard. Some would go as far as say hit hard. What do they do to Z Broly? S Broly this patch? I actually have the changes right here. No, I don't. I actually closed them. My bad. Sandy Heavy now goes further when you hold it down, right? So I'll just give you a visual reference. That's funny. That's hilarious. I just wish he could actually do something. Not watch observe. You know, it's an interesting idea, you know, but just a little bit more. Make it keep us invulnerable. Maybe if you hold it, you know, right? I'll be tight. Anyways, sped up command grab, his headbutt, right? Which I actually like this change. You know, I wish it was 2 more frames faster. But something's better than nothing, right? Okay, you can maybe squeeze it in there now, right? You also have his other command grab. Okay. So I understand the thought process behind it, because if you get the hit, right? Oh, you make your opponent explode, right? You take him to the full-length featured film, you know. Oh, I missed. But yeah, you take him to the full-length featured film, right? You can do those optimal combos, whatever. And of course, you know, I'll have to get more into this later, but you truly explode with the 15% damage buff when my man is armored up, you know. That's crazy. Right? By himself, builds meter, right? Could do way more, extend with assist, whatever, okay? Alright, so what else did they do? Gigantic Fury medium, increase the distance moved during this move. What move is Gigantic Fury? So he moves outward more now. Okay, that's not a bad change. Command grab's a little bit more viable, right? Gigantic Heave, increase the distance moved during the attack. What was Gigantic Heave? Okay, yeah, alright. Listen here, you little shits. For all of you that were saying that I was crazy, that they made this link easier, they don't mention the buff to Eraser Blow here. They made this easier. Watch, look. I'm not stupid, right? Yeah, they don't mention the Eraser Blow buff here. That buff was ages ago. Nah, dog. You couldn't do this last patch. There, you had way less time. You had like 2 frames last patch. You could do it last patch, but it was just way harder. It's super free now. Was it not in this patch? Are you sure? Yeah. Suck the fattest part of my Eraser Blow, dude, because this used to be so hard. Now they made it way easier. You can suck the fattest part of my Eraser Blow, okay? Oh, I knew I wasn't crazy. Somebody was like, actually, they made this way easier 2 patches ago. I was like, there's no way. I remember this being 2 frames, right? You had 2 frames to connect this. But now it's so much easier. Like, cause this used to be the old confirm, right? For this move. Because it was just that hard. It was just that hard to do, right? You spend a bar, right? You vanish, whatever, you know, you extend. You call the assist, right? All that. Yeah, okay, somebody came in here and was like, actually, you're stupid, and it was 2 patches. I was like, there's no way, dude, this shit was impossible. Until this patch, I was like, I know I'm not crazy. Alright, Gigantic Charge increases the opponent's hit stop on hit. Meter attacks can now be formed. It's Gigantic, oh, that's this, right? It has to be. I might scream if that's not Gigantic Charge. Oh no, it's this move. I'm stupid. That's that move. I mean, I guess I'm okay with it. I guess I'm okay with it, but I don't know. I feel like this is more of a charge. Could you do it 3 times? Shut up, fumble. This 214M catch, empty, vanish, backdash. No! Did I not move? He doesn't move. What? It's relative to where the opponent is? I see. Well, backdashes are also invul to grabs. I hate to break it to you, Chief. But, like, this one wouldn't even reach anyway, right? And then the other stuff is, like I said, it's just changes to level 1s to level 3s, or like, if you do the air level 1, right, you can level 2, and then you can level 3, you know, make him explode. Things like that, right? So, he still lives true to his motto of, I hit you once and you explode. Alright, so we're going to talk about that, alright? It's our main focus of the day, okay? So, obviously, as we know, you don't come out, the nipple is not freed round start, okay? So, preferably you want to play him mid, right? And I'll get, well, why do I want to play him mid? Well, first of all, it's stupid. He's not buff. Alright, he hasn't taken his fucking pre-workout, okay?
Add some protein and enjoy your beverage.
Like what I'm doing right now.
I forgot the protein.
Essentially, the whole entire game plan is you could either build up to 3 bars and then tag him in, right? Or, you know, you get the hit with the point character, right? And then you bring him in, okay? You get the knockdown, right? Boom. Okay, now, here's the crazy shit about him, okay? There's one button to rule them all in this situation, right? Because he is one of the few characters that does not, I repeat, does not have to use his brain that much on Oki. Well, you ask why? Well, because he has 2L. 2L is one of the god buttons in this game, especially for moments like this, okay? So, what you're basically looking for here, right, is the reaction. What does your opponent do? Now, no matter which way they tech, you always hit jump, right? You're OSing the hit and block, right? So, if they block, you either get auto combo, right? Or if they get hit, if I could just have the hit come out, you get the jump cancel, right? And now if they forward tech, like, look at that. That button's insane, bro. Doesn't matter. So it's the god button, essentially, right? It covers, you know, most Okis, right? All of them except for, like, the late tech, you know? So he's very strong once he gets going. That's the thing. He has to get going, right? It's like that pushing up the boulder meme, dude. It's hard at first, but once you build up that momentum, dude, he virtually can be unstoppable, okay? Albeit he may have slow buttons, but that's all more of a reason for you to be afraid. And I'm gonna show you why, okay? Look at this damage. I'm not even doing anything optimal, right? And then you get the God Oki, and then you get the hit, and then you take them for a ride. You have so much fun. And mind you, this isn't even optimal, right? That's, oh my god, my hit's done. It's not an optimal combo, it's just a proof of concept, okay? Like, look at this. Boom, you land this hit, right? I hit you from, like, all the way back here, you know? It's like, oh my god, what are you gonna do? It's gonna make you explode. Alright, it's the beauty about this character. Anyone hit leads to damage, especially if you know your optimals, right? In the corner, you can do something like this. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And I don't even think this is optimal anymore. Right, I'm pretty sure this is not optimal anymore. Well, I dropped the ending part. I think you JM immediately into S. But yeah, it's not right. Okay, yeah, this used to be one of his optimals, or close to it. So again, you know, I 4K dropped it, whatever. But I could have just done dive and kept it simple and whatever into the God Oki, right? And then of course you could do, you know, 2L 5M to catch reflect or whatever, right? You know, as an option. You can even 2L eraser blow, you know, if you want a piece of armor in there, you know. 2L is the ultimate weapon. Yeah, dude, in Kingdom Hearts, yeah, he doesn't have the ultimate Keyblade. He has fucking Esperali's 2L, dude. This is Sora's Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts, dude. Alright, so anyways, moving on. You get the concept, right? Esperali hits you and you're supposed to die, you know. And the crazy part is that's before his damage buff, right? So let's just look at this basic bread and butter combo with him, you know. Very simple, right? I'm not doing anything crazy. It's just to show you the severity of the buff, you know. Almost 4100. Now let's free the nipple, okay? Yeah, 600 damage difference, and I virtually did nothing. And of course, you know, the longer it goes, the more damage, right? Boom, 6k. For nothing. God forbid you have half a bar of meter, you know? And the crazy part is I don't even think this is the optimal anymore. Oh, yeah, so I did 7k damage for picking my nose, right? You know, breathing, you know, picking my nose. Maybe I ate the booger, right? So that's his big archetype. Is if I hit you, you bleed. You may even explode. And the best part is he doesn't even need to be the one to get the hit. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's something like this. It's the beauty of it, right? Like, he doesn't even need to be the one to get the initial hit. And there's a re-jump, I'm sure, that you could do with dive here, right? Like, there we go. Right. He has solo re-jumps like this. I don't know all the routes. Don't ask me. I'm not an S-Brawly master. But he does have this opportunity. Unlike the other characters, instead of just ending like this. Oh. And he can TLD off Super Dash with the damage buff. Again, I don't know it, but I've seen it. We'll probably post a clip right after this message for said TLD. He got a TLD from DR2, can't remember. Yeah, I'm sure he does. And you know, the other thing to be afraid of too is he has active defense. What does that mean? Active defense means I have armored moves, right? Like, usually when we say active defense, we mean somebody's like mashing on defense, right? But I feel like one of the truest senses of active defense is like a DP, you know, anything invincible, anything with armor, right? Things like that. Those are more true to the sense of active defense, you know, because anybody can mash a button, but you know, it's more so mashing or challenging, you know, at the high level, as people call it. Oh no, you mashed. Oh my god, my buff.
Straight up playing another fighting game.
Oh, I did the slow one. But you get the concept, right? You cannot mash on this character. Because you're going to proceed to explode and you're no longer going to exist in this game. Oh! I missed! But you get my point, right? Mashing against him is very scary, just like any other character with armor. You know, Z-Broly, right? Nappa, guard points, you know, GT Goku, you know, Blue Vegeta, right? Granted, they're more invincible than armor, but similar concept, you know? Yeah, and going to his assist, he has one of the assists in the game that covers that magical angle, right? Do I have it on? No. Eraser Blow. So this is like Chef's Kiss angle, you know, the angle where your opponent's like jumping around, right? You know, they're like, you know, trying to move in and out, right?
Oh shit, 8 months.
And when you catch them in the air, right? Oh my god, it's so hard to do. Ugh! There you go. It covers that magic angle of just letting you approach for free. Not for free, but definitely helps you approach. If I could get it to hit. I swear, dude. I swear it's way better in a match, dude. It's just because I'm trying to show it to you guys. But the other beauty of the move is that it has mad hit stun. Look at that. 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 It's almost an entire set. It's probably an entire second if I were to do this. Like, juggle you in the air, you know. Close to it. A broken record over here, but I can't help but stress that when you play this character, you're not supposed to be thinking of him as a point character. You're supposed to be thinking of him as a character that uses resources, right? Goes in, you feed him what he needs, right? You get the level 3, alright? You get the shirt off, you know. Boom! You level him up. Similar concept to Gohan, you know. You could have him anchor too, if you want. Granted, he's much better with an assist, but he doesn't need an assist due to the simple fact that he has solo conversions, right? And again, he could still do a bunch of damage by himself. You know, 4.2k, right? You know, off an air hit, which is a lot. You know, it's a lot. You spent half a bar on it, you get the meter back, and of course, you know, if he is on anchor, this is where he can truly become horrifying, right? Because let's just look at the damage difference in comparison. So we'll do heavy, 1200, right? Standard 20% buff. Then he has battle armor off, right? 35% now. And then he sparks, right? 45%. He does 145% damage. So you could do, if you hit this, like, bruh. That's not even optimal. So this is where he could be an anchor character, but the big thing is you want him to at least be leveled up because he has sparking limit break damage and some without spark, right? You just gotta remember. Yeah, he explodes, right? Like, your damage, it's gone. And with the recent changes too, you can now do things like this, right? His reversal wake up into his level 3. So now you don't have to commit 3 bars for a wake up reversal. You could just wake up level 1 into level 3 and get 5k, right? You know, Shades of Beerus, but not as much. Granted, you know, raw level 3 does do more, but you know, sometimes you gotta outweigh the options, right? Like, I'm gonna wake up level 1 and then react to what happens. But that's a privilege to have. Huge privilege. And react. But on top of it, right, the super just isn't for show. It isn't just a reversal. I think he may be the only character with a level of reversal that leads into Oki that's level 1 like this, right? Because if you notice, the opponent wakes up into it, and Bardock's mashing here. So we'll do ground recovery in place. I wonder if this hits wake up mash. Yeah, so we traded, but it hits wake up mash, right? But you can also use it for setups. I believe it's any airborne hit. What is it off of? Is it off of dive? Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Oh, look at you. Okay. Okay. But again, on top of that too, like if it just hits raw, like they wake up into it, right? And if you block it, you know, you get, obviously it's scaled damage because it's a reversal. But you know, like look at the character we're playing, you know. Is that really a problem for this character? I wonder if I could actually do another hit. And with the recent changes, right, you could level 1 and then level 3 and then make them explode, right? I could have done, you know, like 5.6k damage for nothing. He didn't say full auto combo. Yes, he needs to be better, but his archetype is I touch you and you explode. Again, remember, he's the character you bring in to do the damage for you. If you play a team that lacks damage and you want damage, may I introduce you to Dominican Bro. And of course, you know, his command grabs, they're okay. But again, everything leads to damage. I don't think any other characters in the game are getting this much damage without resources from their command grabs. Yeah, no, I think it's just him. Also, the fact that he has multi-key blast, this is another thing I almost forgot to talk about. He has multi-key blast. A character this strong having a zoning tool, really looking at the other bullet, right, kind of funny, is crazy to me. You could stagger it, right, throw it slowly, take your time. The beam is okay beam's cool and all. It's more so for setting this up, right? I see, you know, as probably players do this a lot, right? Trying to catch you slipping, and sometimes they do. And then you just lead to the damage. Yeah, so it's interesting that he has both of these options, right? Because if you look at some other characters, like Adult Gohan doesn't have multi-ki blast, but he has a beam. Team Gohan has multi-ki blast, but they don't have a beam, right? You look at Cooler, he has a beam, but he only has one ki blast. You know, Goku Black, one ki blast, beam, right? You look at Blue Goku, you know, multi-ki blast, right? But no beam. Base Vegeta, multi-ki blast, but Destructo Disc, which isn't a beam, right? It's a projectile, because it's a beam. I categorize a beam for something that has a lingering hitbox, right? Once it passes you, right? So any point of this will hit you, right? As long as it's active, which if I can land this. But if you pass Destructo Disc, like, it's not gonna hit you, you know? Oh, damn, you whiffed. Now you die, you know? His beam, yeah, sure, it's beam levels of properties, right? But it doesn't have the same benefit of a beam, where it's always an active hitbox. And his is also command normal, so you can vanish out of it, which is crazy to me. So yeah, he's a bulky, I hit you, I make you explode, kind of have zoner tools, right? As a Racer Blow, you know, armored projectile move for active defense that leads into 1,000,000 damage because they made this easier without you having to spend resources. I don't know what the rejump is from there, but I'm sure it exists. On top of that, he has command grabs. So he's like a weird, almost all-rounder character that's just a little slow, right? Outside of his 2L, which is one of the god buttons of this game. But it makes sense for him to be slow, because if this was like 9 frames, dude, well, like, you can't have that. I did 5K for like 1, 2, 3. That was 1, 2, 3. 4 buttons. 4 things gave me half your health bar. So this is the balancing behind him being slow, which he's dead ass just Baki the grappler. He's Yujiro Hanma, dude. Nah, this is Yujiro, dude. This is pretty much my rundown of S Brawly. He's scary, horrifying. My dude is all nat. No roids have touched this man's body, dude. He works hard for it, and you should work harder for him. Anyways, for those of you that want S Brawly, here you go. Here's my rundown of him. I will say that I do think that they should have sped up his 5L and his jump light, and that is it. Those buttons are way too slow. S Broly for president? No. So yeah, outside of that, I think he's okay. Maybe also give him 1 more point of armor on his heavy and on Eraser Blow. Oh, Ki Blast Invul on 5H? Only if it's on the charge one, right? I like how it says non-projectiles, but it loses to lows. Fix this. It shouldn't lose to lows. This is actually pathetic. Like, Eraser Blow beats lows. But anyways, I've taken this for too long. Basically, the rundown is, here's the list of things, right? He's not a point character, because you want him to come in leveled up. You want him to come and do all the damage, right, for you, which your team could lack. Or maybe you just want a little sprinkle on top, right? He's like kind of an all-rounder, but he's kind of not that good. The only thing he's great and superb at is like his damage is maxed out. Like, that shit is off the scales, dude. Speed, non-existent, right? You know, kind of a little bit of zoning, a little bit of armor, active defense, right? Kind of big buttons, again, a little slow. So he's kind of got everything. But he's like Luke from Street Fighter. Luke is good at everything, but he's not great at anything except damage off the right hit. S Brawly is like okay at a lot of things, but he's not really good at anything. But he's unbelievable at damage, if that makes sense. But I'm done here. Let me know who else you want me to talk to. Or talk about. Talk to. Imagine I could talk to these characters. And I'll see what I can do. And remember, dude. One eraser blow away keeps Beerus at bay. Remember that.